Salut people from all around the world, I'm Ellie and welcome into this second video out of 3, which is dedicated to what to purchase in France when you're visiting. I know France is a beautiful country, I love my country, and I think we have a lot of great things in terms of food. I covered this topic in last week's video, so you can check it out, it's gonna be somewhere on the screen. And today we're gonna cover what are the best things to purchase at a French pharmacy. So I'm going to cover several things and I'm going to divide them in the video so we can just go to the little bar with the dividers and you can just see which categories suit you the best. So I'm going to start with skincare, hair care, then we're going to talk about medication, and then we're going to talk about everything that is other than medication but that is still related to more of the health aspects, such as homeopathics and things like this. Homeopathy or something like this. I really need to emphasize that I'm not a doctor, so even though I'm going to talk about medication, do your own research, never take something that was not prescribed by your doctor or that you have researched for your own health. You know, all of the things I'm going to cover is just my personal opinions, but I'm not a doctor, so I just want to emphasize this. And I have a basket. With all of the things that I have been preparing for the last weeks, and my boyfriend was kind of mad because this was literally in the middle of our living room for weeks, and every time I was thinking of something for the video I was putting it in, and when I needed to use it I was using it, and then I put it back so I don't forget. So today I'll be able to talk about all of those things and finally put it back in my drawers, and it's not going to be a mess in the living room anymore. So I need to divide this on the floor because it will be kind of hard to do in a certain order. For the skincare and hair care part, almost all of the products I'm pretty sure are less than $30, same as my last video. And when it's gonna be for medication, that's gonna be usually less than 20 bucks. And for over-the-counter medicine, it's gonna be less than 10 bucks. French over-the-counter medicine is very, very, very affordable. We have a lot of laboratories in France. We're known for pharmaceuticals, for obviously dermocosmetics and skincare, and we're also known for food supplements. We have a lot of food supplements brands. I have worked for one in the past, and I was doing a benchmark for that firm, and it's super interesting to see all of the things we have in France. So now let's start with the most exciting, which is skincare and hair care. I have tried to be unbiased also in the video, so I have obviously used my products that I'm going to show you, but I have also tried to think about the brands that are generally used by my French family and my French friends, so you have kind of an overall mix of opinions and products and brands. It's not just my own opinion, because you know, at the end of the day we're all different, and I wanted to have something for each one of you that you might enjoy and that might be useful. That's the most important thing. I want you to find useful things from this video, because I'm sure you can find a few of those products in your home country. For example, I know La Roche Posay is sold also in the US, also in the UK, but it might be interesting to buy it in France because it's cheaper if you visit, you know? So price-wise it's more attractive. But there are other things that I know are really, really interesting to buy in France in terms of medication specifically, and I know my family in Slovakia also enjoys that, so every time I go there I take something from that pile I'm going to show you later, and I bring that for their personal medicine cabinet. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The first brand I want to talk about is La Roche Posay. It belongs to L'Oréal and they have amazing products. I especially love them for sunscreen. I have been using the Anthelios range for I believe 2 or 3 years. I always repurchase the same sunscreen for the summer for my body. It's the SPF 50+, and I think it cost about 14 euros. I will try to put all of the average prices during this video, so you can compare how much it would cost in your country and see if it will be worth buying it in France. So this one is about 14 to 15 euros. Then the same one but for the face, this is the hydrating face cream, also SPF 50 plus, because I have a very fair complexion and I also use retinol. This one is about 11 to 12 euros. What I really wanted to emphasize about sunscreens in particular is that in Europe we have really strong regulations on sunscreen. They are different from the FDA regulations, and I know they're more strict, so I know a lot of people prefer to buy their sunscreens in Europe or in France, but in Europe in general, because we have the same regulations on those items. I have 3 other really loved products that I have been using for a bit. They're also from La Roche Posay. I have mentioned those in one video in particular regarding, I think it was skincare or it was retinol. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen if you're interested, because in this video I go into more detail if, you know, that's of interest to you. So the Zinc, it's a water spray with zinc, so it's really good if you have a sensitive skin or a skin that is prone to redness. This is about 10 euros. This one is the Lipicard Baume AP plus M. All of the items I'm talking about in this video are gonna be in my description box, so all of the names, if I have the links, I'll put the links, that way it's easier for you to find, and I'm gonna put them in the order I'm speaking about them, so that'll also help you, I hope. So this one, they have 3 different packagings. This is the smallest one because I bought it to try it to see if it doesn't make my skin break out since I'm using retinol, and it works wonders. I know a lot of my friends who have kids use this. It's good for any kind of skin, even the really sensitive ones. I have a really sensitive skin, but think about a kid, like a newborn, like you could use that on their body. It says dès la naissance, so from birth, you know. And this one I like to use on my face if I have really dry hands or elbows. That's awesome. And they have a really big packaging that is worth your money, because the big one is, I think, 15 euros, but it's a huge bottle, so you can use it for your face, for your body, for everyone in your family. And the small one was about 5 euros. Last item, it's this Toleriane Sensitive Cream. It's a protective soothing moisturizer. It's a very cheap one. I think it was 8 or 9 euros. It's a 40 ml packaging, and I believe it doesn't have any fragrance. I cannot smell it, so yeah, I think it's fragrance free. And this one is very light compared to the Lipicard Baume, which is very thick. Another brand, SVR, it's another laboratory that specializes in dermocosmetics. I really like their products because a lot of them are fragrance free, and I prefer to take things without fragrance, especially if it's for my face. This serum, I have been using it for also about 2 years. It's the Repairing Concentrate Replumping Anti-Wrinkle, and it's the one with 3 different types of hyaluronic acids. This one is usually 38 euros, but they have a lot of discounts during the year, so I always buy it when it's not on clearance, but when there is a little discount. So I usually get my hands on this serum for 33 euros, which I find more affordable than other brands, and it'll also last me for a long time, especially in the summer. I use it maybe once a week, and in the winter every day. So this one, I love it. They have, from the same brand, a cream. This one has fragrance. It's the Hyalurobiotic, the Regenerating Plumping Gel. This is a cream more on the expensive side. I think it's 35 euros. I really like it. I find it soothing for my face. It's good for sensitive skin. I have a lot of allergies to cosmetics. This one works wonders. Other product. This one is specific. It's not for everyone. It's especially for people who have under-eye eczema. That happened to me about 2 or 3 years ago, and I freaked out because I never had eczema in my life. And it appeared in the winter time. I had it under my eyes on both sides, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to see a allergologue, so the person who specializes in allergies, and he said maybe it's from the cold, maybe your skin is just prone to eczema, you will never know. But he said if you don't want to use corticoid, what's the name of that? Okay, I'll put it on the screen. If you don't want to use corticoid, he said to me, try this little cream from Ducret. It's about 10 euros at the pharmacy, and it's a treatment for eyelid, atopic, or contact eczema. It instantly relieves, decongest, and protects. And I was blown away. After a few days, my eczema started to go away, and I kept using it the entire winter. And I think 2 years ago, so a year after the first time, it also happened in the winter. So I just bought this cream and it also went away. Sometimes I think with the winter time, your skin might struggle to adjust to the temperatures or to like the extreme temperatures from outside and inside. And this works really, really well. Another French very famous brand is Bioderma. I have one specific product I have been using for, I don't know if it's not even 10 years. It's the Crealine H2O. It's the one that is for sensitive skin. It's a makeup remover. It's a micellar water. This one in France is very cheap compared to other countries. It's 9 euros for a bottle, and usually you get 2 bottles for about 16 or 17 euros depending on your pharmacy. I don't put that much makeup on my eyes, but I always use this one. And I find that this is the only one that doesn't make my eyes sting when I remove it with a cotton pad. So this one is my favorite. I know they have a blue one. I think it's more of a hydrating micellar water, and they have a green one, which is from the range Sebium for acne. I know I have only tried the blue bottle, and I have been using this one for years, the pink one. I know the blue one is good as well, but I prefer the one with the red cap for my face. And then, this is not mine, but it's my boyfriend's. It's the Photoderm stick. It's the SPF 50. And this one, as it said in the name, it's a little stick. And you can use it on your scars, on your face. I know my boyfriend uses it on his little surgical scar he has on his arm. He tends to forget putting sunscreen on his face, but he usually is pretty good at remembering putting this one on his scar. And you can use it on the face, you can use it on your scars. This one is for sensitive areas. And I think, because I bought it, I think it was 8 euros. It's a really, really good one. Another really cool brand you will find at the pharmacy is Quartier Paris. They're known for their hygiene and personal care products, especially shower gels. But I have been buying the same product from them for also years and years, and it's their face clay mask. So they have, I think, 3 or 4 different ones. They have the pink clay, they have the white clay, and they have 2 other masks made with green clay, and the green clay is my favorite. So I have just one classic green clay face mask, and then they have the same one but with added peppermint. And this one works wonders if you have acne, and this one works wonders if you just need to purify your skin a little bit, also if you have imperfections. Honestly, both work great. I love both, and they're super cheap. I think they are about 4 euros. Maybe this one is 50 cents more, 4.50. But yeah, they're less than 5 euros for sure. What I love about them is that they're so effective. Every time I use it about once a week or twice a week, depending on how bad my skin is. In the summer, a little bit more because you tend to get more sebum, but every time I use it, on the next day I can see the difference. My skin is less red. My pimples usually have shrinked a little bit. One clay mask like this lasts me about 6 months, and I also use it with my boyfriend, so you know, I think it's a very good deal. Another product from the French pharmacy, and this one I would call it the secret weapon from the French pharmacy because no one knows about it, and the people who know about them are usually doctors. And I have discovered this product in a very interesting way. It's from the laboratory IBSA. This product is usually used by nurses or doctors, sometimes at hospitals, sometimes it's used by nurses with post-surgery patients. Not a lot of people know about it, but when I discovered it, I was really interested because even though I have a passion for dermocosmetics, for skincare, I have never heard about it before. The way I found out about this product is when I had my hip scan last year. And there was this nurse, she was in her 60s, because after that I asked her for her age. And I thought the entire time she was doing my hip exam, I was like, wow, her skin is beautiful. I don't think I have ever seen a 60-year-old woman who looked that radiant, full of life. And she had no Botox, nothing done surgically. It's just, you know, glowing. Like, you can age gracefully just by maintaining few little routines. And I needed to ask her what was hers because I was super curious. So I took her aside and I was like, I think you have a beautiful, glowing, radiant skin. And what is your secret? And she was like, you know, I just wash my face. I don't do anything special. I've been using random moisturizers for years. But it is true that a few years ago, I have been using one extra product and I have seen a lot of results. And I was like, okay, sure. What is that product? Is it expensive? And she was like, no, it's called Yalucette. It's a hyaluronic acid. She has been only using this for a few years on top of her moisturizer. And she said that it costs something like 8 euros. It's super cheap, and she was so impressed because she didn't buy it for her. She bought it for her son after he had a surgery, and the nurse used it on his scar. And she was blown away at how fast it healed his skin. So she started using it in her moisturizer on her face, and she saw a really big difference on her wrinkles. And she has been using it for a few years. And when I look at the ingredients, the main component is pure hyaluronic acid. And it is apparently used by nurses when they go to visit their patients after surgeries, and you can use this on scars if it's a little healed. But I have tried it on my face, the same as her. I have implemented it in my moisturizer, and so far I don't have wrinkles other than expression wrinkles, so I didn't see a difference on that, but I saw a difference on my skin texture. So you can really see how hyaluronic acid works, and I was blown away by this product. So if you want to give it a shot, even if you have like a scar or a really dry skin, implement it in your moisturizer and see for yourself if it works for you. But I was really pleasantly surprised. And to buy this, you need to go to the pharmacy part where they sell medication, not the part where they sell skincare. You ask at the counter for Yalucette and they'll have it at 90%. If not, go to another pharmacy, but they usually have it in all of the pharmacies in France. Now let's talk a little bit about hair and the body. If I had to choose one product for the body that I have been using for years and that a lot of my friends love, it's this Huile Prodigieuse by the brand Nuxe. It's very famous in France. It can be used on hair, body. It says face. I wouldn't use it on my face, but it says it can be used on the face. I have the classic one. It smells divine. It smells like summer in a bottle, like Monoi, Tiare. It smells so good. And I know for sure that France is the only country that has this Huile Prodigieuse at this price. I buy the 100 ml packaging and it's about 22 or 23 euros. And all over the world, wherever I traveled, it was usually more 35 to sometimes 55 euros for the same size bottle. So this is more of a luxury product at the pharmacy, but it is a really good one. And if you're not sure if you're gonna like it, I know they sell a 50 ml packaging. Now for hair care, my favorite brands are Furtereur, Phyto. I have spoke about this in my hair care video. I'm gonna link it also on the screen if you're interested, because I have spoke about different brands. But my all-time favorite brand is Chlorane. I have been using Chlorane for years. I have tried a lot of different shampoos from them, and with my boyfriend we use the same shampoo. We have two. We have one that is the oat one, the ultra gentle all type hair shampoo with oat. It smells divine, it's very subtle. And then we have the mango shampoo, which is nourishing. Usually they sell the oat one in a packaging of 2 big bottles, and it costs about 14 euros for 2 shampoos. And the mango one is about 11 euros for 1 big bottle. So we have been using it, both of us, so to me it's worth having the same shampoo with your boyfriend, because that way you don't have to purchase hundreds of different bottles. And also the smells are really neutral. I usually get nauseous with smells, especially hair products for curly hair. It tends to be very, very sweet, and the smells are just too intense for my own personal taste. But those 2 shampoos, I have been loving them. And from the same range as this one, I have the conditioner, which also smells really good. Another product that I love is from the brand Avril. They specialize in high quality natural, and I think they're even organic. They specialize in natural products. This one is the hair mask. It's a nourishing hair mask with organic castor oil. It nourishes, soothes the hair. Oh yeah, it's organic. And it was, I think, 16 or 17 euros. It's a 200 ml bottle. It's a very thick hair mask, especially if you have dry hair. I think this is one of my last creamy products I want to introduce you to. It's highly known by mothers. I will also speak about this product in my 3rd video that will be dedicated to babies. It's called Homeopathy, and it's sold by the Laboratoire Baron. It's a very, very famous cream, especially if you have a little bit of irritation on your face. It can be on your body, it can be around your nose. You know, in the winter when you're sick and you keep using tissues. So I usually use that around my nose if I have cracked lips or the corner of my lips. And it's one of the only creams, I think, from what my doctor said, that you can use inside your nose. Because I had something that was not really sexy last winter. I had such a dry nose and I was blowing my nose too much that I had cracked things in my nose. I don't know how you call them, but it hurt so much. And the doctor said use Homeopathy, so you can use it a little bit inside your nose. And this thing cost less than 10 bucks. I think it's 7 euros, and it is such a good product. And it can be used on babies as well. I'm just checking where we are in the video so I don't forget anything. So we have covered the entire skincare and hair care section of the video, and now we're gonna go towards oils and essential oils. So in France we have a lot of brands that specialize in essential oils, and especially high quality organic essential oils. And I have a few of my favorites I always have at home for either using them when I'm sick or just to diffuse at home. So I use Ravinsara oil whenever I'm starting to feel a bit sick, like, you know, the throat or the nose or my head. I take 1 drop on a teaspoon of honey or on a teaspoon of olive oil. But always check for essential oils if you can use them, because some people with asthma cannot use them. People who are pregnant cannot use essential oils. I know around children and animals you have to be cautious, and if you have some specific health issues, always check with your doctor if you can use the oils I'm mentioning. But for my part, I use Ravinsara oil. Then I use peppermint oil whenever I have some kind of stomach issue. I also like to smell it whenever I have nausea. Then I always have clove essential oil. That one I love to diffuse at home. It smells like winter. Then I always have at home lemon essential oil. That one I can use it whenever I cook. And lavender. Yeah, lavender essential oil is a must in France. I love lavender and I use it in my laundry detergent. So if you're interested, I have my video also on the screen. But those are my favorite oils. And for my favorite brands, I'm gonna put them in the description box. I think I have 2 or 3 very, very favorite brands for essential oils, but I need to check because they're in my kitchen. And I'm gonna put that in the description box so you can have a look. But all of the oils I use are less than 10 euros per oil and they last a really long time. Then I really wanted to cover oils, not essential oils this time, just oils. I have been using 2 or 3 different kinds of oils for my body for years. The first one is jojoba oil, and specifically from La Drôme. La Drôme is a organic certified laboratoire. They made, I think they make cold pressed oils, but let me check. Yeah, it said cold pressed oils. So the jojoba one, I have been using it all over my body, but you can also use it gynecologically, so around your intimate area. It's really, really good. Then I have been using castor oil from the same brand. I really like La Drôme. They have high quality oils. They're in a bottle, in like a darker color bottle, so the oil can stay fresh longer. The last one, I need to check how you say that in English. It's huile d'onagre. And the last oil I have been using from them is Evening Primrose. So onagre, huile d'onagre. It's also really good for dry skin, and you can also use it on your intimate area. That was also advised by my gynecologist. So huile d'onagre, jojoba and castor oils are like must-haves. I think the castor oil was less expensive. It was something like 8 euros. I know jojoba is more 10 or 12 euros. And the Evening Primrose oil, I think, was also around 11, 12 euros. But having high quality oils makes a difference. There are so many different brands you can purchase, but I can tell you, not all jojoba oils are equal. And it really matters to me to have a good one, because I use it, you know, on the intimate areas, and I don't want anything weird, especially for sensitive areas. And speaking about intimate, I have one product that I want to show you. It's a lubricant from the brand MyLuby. This one cost 25 euros at the pharmacy. It's a pretty big tube. It's 150 ml. And it's made out of 99% of natural ingredients. So I know not a lot of people talk about lubricants, but we should, because it's important, especially for women. And this one is awesome. And there is a second lubricant that is sold in French pharmacies, and that one you need to ask it at the counter with, not with the nurse, but with the pharmacienne, like the pharmacist. It's the brand Monaissance. I'll also put it in the description box. So this one, MyLuby and Monaissance, are really, really high quality lubricants. Monaissance cost about 10 euros for the tube, but it has a little pump. And this one cost 25 euros, but it's a bigger packaging, and it's also a really high quality lubricant. So if that was of interest to you, just go ahead and make your own research, but those 2 products I just spoke about are amazing. Before going into the medication, over-the-counter medicine and food supplements, I have 2 last products to share with you. The first one is the brand Mem, that specializes in products for women who are undergoing chemotherapy or very harsh treatments for cancer, but who are maybe also at the end of their treatment and still have a very sensitive skin. So this brand has amazing things. I have tried their bronzer, and originally I came across this brand when my mom had her breast cancer almost 2 years ago, and I was looking for gifts for her, and I came across this brand and I was like, wow, that's so cool. The ingredients are good, they're also okay for chemo. And I tried her powder and it was such a good one that I just bought it for myself. And last one product, it's a bit weird that I put it in the video because, you know, it's not skincare, it's not hair care, but it's a really good one. It's my favorite sanitizing spray for my hands. I have been using it for quite a while, maybe 4 years. It's from the brand Pure Essentiel. I always buy the huge bottle and then I have my small one in my purse and I refill it so it's cheaper. This huge bottle is about 6 or 7 euros and it's a 250 ml bottle, and the small one is very, very tiny, and I love it because it smells like essential oils. Let me check if we're doing good with the video. Yes, I have covered skincare, hair care, oils, essential oils. And now let's get into more of the medication and over-the-counter medicine. So again, I'm not a doctor, so always do your own research, but those are the things that I really like to buy in France and that I know my family and other people who come to France really like to purchase. So for medication, I don't have the exact prices in my head, but I have an approximate price that I can give you. So the first over-the-counter medicine is Doliprane. So it's paracetamol. It's used for headaches, fever, and those kinds of things. A box of, I think, 10 tablets or 8 tablets is about 3 euros. They are used by the majority of French people. So if you have a headache and you come to France, ask your pharmacist, but usually what they will give you is Doliprane or another generic name for paracetamol. The second over-the-counter medicine I'm going to talk about is Spasfon. It's used for spasms in your stomach, especially when you have your menstruations, or if you just have, you know, random cramping happening. Spasfon is really nice, and they have something called Spasfon Lyoc. It's the one you just put under your tongue and it just dissolves. That one is super cool and it costs about 5 euros. Then we have Imodium. They have a version that is called Imodium Lingual. It's also used for belly problems, but I believe Imodium is when you vomit. But always ask the pharmacist if it's for your specific problem. But yeah, I think Imodium is for vomiting. Then there is Vogalene for nausea. That one was recommended before my surgery. I know I have been using it from time to time whenever I get a really bad nausea. And then there is Smicta. So that one is whenever you have a unpleasant stomach flu. It kind of creates a cataplasm, so it protects your stomach, you know, since it's very, very irritated. That one works wonders. It's disgusting, very disgusting, but it works wonders. Then talking about food supplements, I have tried a lot of different brands of lactase pills, and this one is my ultimate favorite. It's from the brand Lactolérance. It has 9,000 units of lactase per pill. Every time I take one, it's active for 45 minutes, and I take it at the same time as I take a dairy product. It works wonders. I always have them in my bag. They're a bit expensive. For this little pack of 36 lactase pills, I pay 24 euros. They don't have them all the time at the pharmacy. Sometimes they ask me to wait for 1 or 2 days before they receive it. But if you're in France for a few days, if you really want to purchase this one, go to one or several pharmacies and ask them for Lactolérance if they can order it for you. And if it can arrive within a few days, that would be cool. But this one is honestly my favorite. I have been sick from other brands of lactase pills few times, like not sick like vomiting, but after taking few pills I was not feeling my best. So this one is awesome. Then I wanted to talk about this because I came across a video online talking about eye products, especially if you have dry eyes, and it said that in the US everything that is for the eyes is super expensive. And I was kind of surprised because things for the eyes is just like a sort of liquid. So I didn't get why it would be like $30 or $20 for just some drops to put in your eyes. I had from time to time dry eyes, but it doesn't happen every day. But whenever this happens, I have Aqualarm. It's literally a lubricant for your eyes. It's what the pharmacist told me. And you use 1 to 2 drops per eye whenever you feel that your eyes are a bit dry. And it costs 8 euros for a pack of 30 mono doses, and that's cool. I didn't want to have to open one bottle because I use it from time to time and then you have to throw it away after 2 weeks. So I have individual packs and I have 30 of those, and it was 8 euros, and that way I can have some until it expires in 2026. Second thing I wanted to talk about after lactase pills are probiotics. Since having so many problems with my belly, because I have the irritable bowel syndrome, I have soy and dairy intolerance, I try to take some kind of probiotic once or twice a year. I usually take it for 2 months. Yeah, once or twice a year, and that's enough, and it really helps me. I usually do it once in the winter and once in the springtime. So the first one is like, wow. It works so well. It's Alflorex by Symbiosis. Then the other product I really like, it's sold usually at the pharmacy in the refrigerated corner. It's called Biotiques, either P10 or P7. Now, food supplements, other things I want to talk about is ProteoShock. So I used ProteoShock because my nurse said it works very, very well after surgery, and it helped with healing my scars and my tissue the first 15 days after surgery. It works really nice. Even the pharmacist will tell you that it helps with the wounds and post-surgical healing. And another thing I took after my surgery was curcuma with pepper. It's a mix. It's called Curcuma pipera. It's a food supplement. I was taking it every day, once a day, and I don't know if it helped, but I have to say my healing after surgery was really, really good, and I didn't have a lot of inflammation, and apparently turmeric is known for inflammation, so that was a good one. And the last category I want to talk about is homeopathy. So homeopathy is known in France. A lot of people use it. It is not a medication, but it is sold in pharmacies. You believe in it or not. I know for me it worked really well when I was taking it. Now I don't use homeopathy anymore because there is dairy in it, so that's why I cannot. But there are a few that work so well. When you're nervous, there is gilzebium, there is arnica. I know my aunt who has 2 kids, whenever they fell on the floor and they hurt their knee or whatever, she gave them a few of those arnica homeopathy and they were calm after a few minutes, so it was kind of impressive. There is another one that is used by people in France who are starting to feel a bit feverish or have the flu. It's called Oscillococcyllum. It's quite expensive. It's a pack, I think, of 30 or 20 little one-shot homeopathic thingies, but apparently works really well. I know my mom uses it. I was using it when I was a little kid and it works really well. And then there are 2 that are liquid this time. So there is L114 for digestion and there is L52 for flu symptoms. It also works really nice. I'm laughing because I know some people don't believe in it, but a lot of people around me use it all the time and it works. So there is no right or wrong. If it works on you, that's awesome, but I can tell you for me it worked. So that's all. I covered all the topics. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you try anything from it, let me know, and I'll see you in my other video and in my 3rd video of the series, so I hope you'll watch it. It will be dedicated to babies, and I will see you guys in my next one. Salut!